Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulder. Don't you know the hardest part is over? Let it in, let your clarity define you. In the end, we will only just remember how it feels. Our life.
Look, breathe. And go ahead. Say, say, remember, like I said, say, ladies and gentlemen, please let me have your attention. We're going to start. Okay? That's it? Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please may I have your attention? We will start. You may take a seat. Welcome to the 2022 State of the Town Address. My name is Noah Sid and I will be the MC of the night. Please stand for a prayer from Miss Martha Gonzalez.
Good evening. Let's bow our head. Dear Heavenly Father, today we come together to honor and seek your wisdom and thank you for the town of Miami Lake as we gather once a year to showcase our success through reports of achievements and honor those who have made it possible. We thank you because we are a town that thrives through the efforts of our businesses, community, our citizens, our employees, and our volunteers who contribute to the growth of this town. We ask for clarity through the communications among our elected officials to make decisions that would allow us to continue to grow beautifully. We lift up our business community to be mindful to their services so the town of Miami Lake will continue to be an example for the many small towns across the nation. We ask protection for all our citizens, our schools, and our public parks, to guide those running for office to seek wisdom as they weigh their current or future role. And most of all, we continue to work diligently to keep our city growing stronger. We pray all this in Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Miss Martha Gonzalez. Please continue standing for the presentation of colors. Honor Guard, please present the colors. Stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance by Councilman Tony Fernandez.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The national anthem will now be sung by Daniela Gonzalez, Yaismel Grandal, and Justin Hadfeg from Madder Lakes Academy with teacher Matthew Torres. Next is the state of the town by the best mayor and dad in the whole world, Mayor Manny Sid.
Thank you, Noah, and you may be seated. We'll be swinging by Menchie's afterwards, right? Is that how it works? So the state of our town is stronger than ever and continues to grow stronger every single year. But this year, we're going to do something a little different. I wanted to ensure that everybody's voice who had a hand in our success was heard through this process. Something that we really don't do every year, right? It's the mayor giving the speech, the mayor taking credit for a lot of the things that get done, which, right, I'm the head of the town, so I get blamed for everything and I get the credit for a lot of things. But I wanted to make sure that the folks that work hard every single day behind the scenes, that their face was shown in this process, that their voice was heard in this process, and that their hard work was recognized here tonight. So instead of hearing a speech from me for the first time in this town's history, you're going to be watching a video that will culminate with everything that we accomplished this past year. Don, you can start the video. So the state of our town is growing stronger every day. Driving around our community, reminiscing about this past year. Checking out some of the great projects that we fulfilled together.
For last year, I consider the biggest success for our department would be the start of construction for the stormwater bond projects. And I consider this a big success as we're going to be providing flood relief for many areas throughout the town.
The most significant achievement or accomplishment for the finance department is on behalf of the mayor and council, we executed the Senior Citizen Relief Program, where we issued, monitored, and reconciled in-house 385 checks, rebate checks, that is, to our senior citizens.
This year, our biggest accomplishment to date has definitely been the development and moving forward of our Optimus Park redesign. This year, we were able to not only solidify the project scope and budget, but get it approved to move forward for a vote and referendum to the public. So this project looks at taking part of something that's been in the works for 10 plus years as far as redesigning and redeveloping an outdated older park. So this is going to be something that's not only impactful for now, but for generations to come.
And aside from providing our residents and elected officials a balanced budget, we also provided a video explaining our property tax bill to all our residents.
This year, your police department continues to provide the best service to its citizens by providing an atmosphere free of crime and the fear of crime. We have one of the lowest crime rates in all of South Florida. We continue to have our officers responding to calls expeditiously and fast. We have some of the best response times in all of Miami-Dade County. And our officers continue to provide these mission objectives while practicing the core values of integrity, respect, service, and fairness.
It is impossible to choose a favorite project in securing over $20 million thus far for stormwater infrastructure, transportation and mobility options, the freebie program, urban tree canopy, and my favorite, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be the Scottsfield.
This year we have done a lot of things for the town of Miami Lakes, including passing ordinances to improve our business and economic development, our micromobility options. We've expanded service of freebie. So we are bringing a lot of quality of life to the town of Miami Lakes, including processing all your applications for variances so that you can improve your properties and bring up the property values of Miami Lakes.
And on behalf of the Communications and Community Affairs Department, we are incredibly proud of everything we've accomplished this year. Together with our volunteer boards and committees, we've hosted over 50 events serving more than 30,000 residents.
This past fiscal year, we have accomplished many great things. We are most proud of improving our overall cyber and physical resiliency of the town. For example, we were able to train our staff and contractors in basic knowledge and skills on cybersecurity prevention and detection. Also, we were able to have an internet failover for our town hall, among many other great things that we did this past fiscal year.
We've defended the town in multiple litigations. Most notably, we concluded litigation on the Northwest 154th Bridge, which protects the welfare for all Miami Lakes residents.
Our biggest accomplishment was achieving 85% compliance rate on all of our open cases in code enforcement. So what that means is that all of our cases were mitigated without having to issue a fine.
And there you have it. The state of our town is stronger than ever, and it's growing stronger every single day, thanks to the hard work and dedication of our staff and all those Miami Lakers that have instilled their trust in us. We're going to continue working harder every single year, and next year, we'll ensure it's even that much more special than this year. That was pretty cool. Our staff did they were nervous, but they did a great job. And I think it sets the bar high going forward when you start showcasing what inclusiveness is when it comes to our accomplishments. Because the reality is the folks that work hard every day to bring those to fruition are our staff members. So I wanted to ensure that their faces, their voices were heard. I'm sure you guys like that background music too. It was very Miami-ish. And Renee, where's Renee? Renee, it was pretty cool. The money, 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 I know. But I really appreciate you guys. I know all of our residents do. And I think you guys heard all the great things that happened this past year. But we know that there's a lot more to be accomplished. One of the things that's important to me is to never sit on our laurels and just look back at the past and say, hey, we were great. And that was one of the biggest issues that we had here when I first got elected, was everything was based on the past. Well, in the 1970s, we were great. Miami Lakes, Don Shula lived here. All the Dolphins lived here. And everything was about the past. But I think what you saw today was looking towards the future and looking towards Miami Lakes continue to growing beautifully. So now, appreciate you guys, and now you know why our town is growing stronger every single day. And that's why the state of our town is where it's at today. This year, we wanted to recognize someone who I've known since I was in kindergarten. We were in kindergarten class together. We played in Little League together. One of my fondest memories growing up that I always remember when I talked to him was his humongous trampoline in his house when we were little kids. That we'd go over there after baseball games, and I had a chance to jump on that trampoline. And I remember we had disconnected for a long time. Although he went to Hialeah High and I went to Pace, I would read his name in the newspaper, and my dad would always show me. He's like, oh, hey, look who's here. And we would always show, even when he won a state championship, how proud my dad was, my parents were, even though we hadn't talked to him for a long time. And I remember walking one night on Main Street. It was the Festival of Lights. I think one of the kids was on Jeff's shoulders, and I remember him bumping into me. He looked at me. He was Manny Sid. I don't want to say the name yet, but you guys know where I'm going. And we looked at each other, and we just hit it off. We started talking, and one thing next led to another. Ended up to asking him, I was like, look, we need good people in local government. You got to get involved. And think about it. If good people don't get involved, who gets involved? Folks that shouldn't be serving public office. So I'm a big believer in always asking folks. And I remember he said, let me think about it. 2 weeks later, I appoint this individual to the Planning and Zoning Board. Through his hard work and relationship building, became the chair of the Planning and Zoning Board. All the members loved him, created an incredible environment for them. And I remember there was going to be a major transition on the dais with a lot of the members retiring. And I called him one day. I'm like, look, I think you should maybe run for public office. Have you ever thought about it? He goes, nah, that's not really for me. I don't think, public office is not something I want to do. And by the way, when somebody gives you that answer, those are the best folks that you want in office, right? When the people that don't want it are usually the best ones. That's just a fact. But this individual said, you know what, let me do it. He thought about it, talked to his parents, his wife, his kids, his friends, ended up running for office, got elected, and in the 4 years that this person's been on the dais, has shown incredible leadership skills that are going to be sadly missed on the dais. One a very common sense approach to governance, a very thoughtful approach, always compassionate, empathetic towards other people's perspectives and opinions, but ultimately did what's right. And one of the things that you see in politics often is that there's two things that people weigh, right? What's right and what the politics is all about. And most times, unfortunately, in public service, people always go with what the politics say is because people want to get reelected. But this individual never cared about the politics, and that's what made him so unique on the dais, because the politics didn't matter. All that mattered was doing right. And people, got upset at him along the way because he would always vote his conscience and always do what's right and always set that example, and became probably one of the most effective members of the dais since incorporation. I mean, all the things that he's wanted to get accomplished, he got it done. Wanted to fix all the cul-de-sacs, he got that done. Wanted to get a deal, the deal done for Optimus Park, got a 60-year deal done. Wanted to get the bridges, got the deal for the bridges done. I mean, you go across the board, the eminent domain, he's one of the ones leading it. I mean, everything, I could go on and on and on the different areas that this individual's accomplished. But the one reality is that he will be extremely missed on the dais. I would have loved for him to run for re-election. I think the vast majority of our community would have loved that. And I hope this is not the end of his public service career, because he is somebody that we need, I think, in government. But with no further ado, my friend, my brother, put your hands together for our retiring council member, Vice Mayor Jeffrey Rodriguez. So before I hand over the microphone to Jeff, there are two things that I wanted to give to him on behalf of the council, and I wanted to give to him on behalf of all of us. Two very special things that we only give to very few individuals. First off, we wanted to present to Jeff the key to the town. The key to the town of Miami Lakes, presented to Vice Mayor Jeffrey Rodriguez. Thank you for making our town a better place to live. And the second thing we wanted to present to Jeff is a proclamation. Whereas Vice Mayor Jeffrey Rodriguez was elected councilman on November 6, 2018, and crazy how fast 4 years fly, right? Whereas he brought forth many items which were approved by the town council, such as a town-wide speed reduction interlocal agreement with Miami-Dade County to reduce the speed limit to 25 miles per hour, the amendment to the town's building code granting residents the option to install aluminum patio roofs subject to the style and design set forth by the town council and planning department, and the installation of the LPRs at the guard gate for Section 1. And whereas he proposed to remove the requirement to obtain a permit when installing or repairing a gutter system, and the requirement that boats be hitched to an operable motor vehicle during the entire 24-hour period the boat is temporarily parked on the property. And whereas the town council approved his item for lighting to be installed at Royal Oaks Park Playground, the Miami Lakes Park temporary bathroom options, the Miami Lakes Optimus Park's online field digital reservations, the mobile skate park to be offered in different parks throughout the town, the golf cart ordinance, and low-speed vehicles ordinance. And whereas he was the main proponent of the pickleball services to be offered at the town of Miami Lakes Optimus, and actively participated in the development of the joint use agreement, Amendment 2, between the school board of Miami-Dade County and the town of Miami Lakes. And there are many, many, many more achievements that he has seen through the process. Now, therefore, I, Manny Sid, by virtue of the authority vested in me as the mayor of the town of Miami Lakes, and on behalf of the town council and all 33,000 Miami Lakers, do hereby proclaim Thursday, October 27th, 2022, as Jeffrey Rodriguez Day here in the town of Miami Lakes.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to see you all here today. I want to begin by thanking the mayor, and he kind of stole my thunder on the speech. I was going to talk about our kindergarten days and finger painting and all that stuff, but I'll skip all that now that everybody knows. I just want to thank Manny for his friendship and his many years of service to this town. This community is made so much better because you've been our leader. And honestly, man, I think people need to be more grateful for all the service that you've done. So thank you, Mayor. I also want to thank all of my colleagues that have had the pleasure of serving here over the last 4 years. Vice Mayor Nelson Rodriguez, Councilman Luis Collazo, Councilwoman Marilyn Ruano, Councilman Carlos Alvarez, Councilman Josh Dieguez, and Councilman Tony Fernandez. I always joke with my colleagues and tell them that about a third of the town residents couldn't name more than 2 of us if you asked them. And I say it kind of jokingly, but in a funny way, it's sort of a reminder to all of us that we don't do this for recognition, right? We do this because each and every day, each and every one of us loves this town and wants to do what we believe is the best for this town and its residents. Over the last 4 years, we always haven't agreed on every issue, but even though we have been faced with some very difficult challenges, I believe that we've been able to work together and bring about some incredible accomplishments for the betterment of Miami Lakes. Thank you all for all your dedication to our town. I want to thank the amazing town staff that I've had the pleasure of working with over the last 4 years. Miami Lakes residents are fortunate to have a group of dedicated and selfless individuals that always go above and beyond for this town. So thank you. I especially want to thank Manager Edward Peterman, our town clerk Gina Nguanzo, our town attorneys Raul Gastesi, and Lorenzo Coviella. These 4 individuals are the driving force behind the success of this town. So thank you very much. I want to thank all the residents that I've had the pleasure of meeting and getting to know over the last 4 years. This town is full of so many amazing families that make Miami Lakes a special place to live and raise a family. I want to thank my family and my friends for believing in me and supporting me throughout this journey. To my father, who instilled in me a work ethic and taught me the importance of always doing what's right, especially when the right thing isn't always the easy thing to do. To my mother, who unfortunately passed away last July, who taught me to speak just for the sake of speaking. If you speak just for the sake of speaking, eventually people will tune you out. But if you only speak when you have something important to say, then people will listen. This lesson was especially helpful in shortening those long council meetings. I'm sure you guys appreciated that. To my children, Ava and Alec, thank you for putting up with Daddy's crazy schedule and late night meetings that made me miss the bedtime routine. Last and certainly not least, thank you to my beautiful wife, Gisela, who was right next to me through it all and endured 4 years of ups and downs. I love you. Serving this town for the last 4 years has been an honor of a lifetime for me. When I look out into the room and I see the reason why I decided to serve our town 4 years ago, it was to serve the people and my family that live in Miami Lakes. At my swearing-in ceremony, I quoted the great Vince Lombardi, who used to tell his players, "We're going to relentlessly chase perfection, knowing full well that we will not catch it, because nothing is perfect. But we're going to relentlessly chase it because in the process, we will catch excellence." I feel like over the last 4 years, my colleagues and I were able to keep that promise to Miami Lakes residents by relentlessly chasing perfection in the hopes of catching excellence for Miami Lakes. Thank you for honoring me with the opportunity to serve this beautiful town. Thank you very much.
Jeff, and as you know, and I know, and I think everybody in the council knows, we can't do what we do without our better half. So if you can all join me in welcoming Gisela Rodriguez. So Gisela, as a token of our town's appreciation to you, we wanted to present these beautiful flowers to you because we know what the spouses, what the families go through. Jeff is a great example of, when we talk about being family men in politics, I mean, he always put his families first. There were times that we had events or this and that, he would call and say, look, I'm gonna be late. My kids have something at school, my kids have homework, I have this and that. Or he was on the phone with Gisela. So you guys have been great examples to our entire community of what a family, what Miami Lakes families are all about. So we wanted to thank you, Gisela, to thank the kids, thank the whole family. We wish you guys all the best. I don't know if you want to say a speech, but I hear you're pretty good at speeches, but you're more than welcome to do it. But from the bottom of our hearts and on behalf of all of our residents, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Gisela. Wait, we have, and if everybody can turn around to the flat screens, we have a special video tribute to Jeff.
Let it go, let it roll right off your shoulder, don't you know? The hardest part is over, let it in. Let your clarity define you in the end. We will only just remember how it feels. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain. Let it slide, let your troubles fall behind you, let it shine till you feel it all around you. And I don't mind if it's me you need to turn to, we'll get by. It's the heart that really matters in the end. Our lives are made in these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours still remain. All of my regret will wash away somehow, but I cannot forget the way I feel right now. In these small hours, these little wonders, these twists and turns of fate, yeah, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, yeah, but these small hours still remain. Oh, they still remain. These little wonders, oh, these twists and turns of fate. Time falls away, but these small hours
If you guys come up, everybody, take a picture with our vice mayor.
There he is. I think you should be in the center, maybe. You guys come up, please, take a picture. Gotta balance.
Put some color in this ocean of black.
You're in the back, Susie. Come on, Victoria. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you again. Thank you for setting the bar high for public service and being a great example to future members of the state. Thank you very much. I want to move on and thank our sponsors tonight, Jetstream Financial Credit Union. They've been the title sponsor of the State of the Town for 6 years in a row. We're able to put this on because of them. And here tonight we have the president and CEO, Ms. Cusi, with us, and her team, Aaron Small, Emilio Ruiz, Diego Castel, and Ileana Izquierdo. If you guys can come on up and join us.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening. It is our pleasure to continue the long-standing tradition of Jetstream Federal Credit Union sponsoring this event, supporting the town, supporting Chef Nunez and the culinary arts students. I think they did a fantastic job for us tonight. I do see a few Jetstream members in the audience, and I thank you for that. For those of you that are not Jetstream Federal Credit Union members yet, I'd like to let you know that we don't just have a branch in Miami Lakes. Our headquarters is in the town of Miami Lakes. We moved our headquarters from Miami to Miami Lakes 30 years ago. We are very vested in the city. We're vested in its residents and naturally our members. And it is our goal to lead all of you down the road to prosperity. So whether you're looking for a home equity credit line, a consolidation loan, an auto loan, a credit card, or a business loan, please check us out first, and you'll find out firsthand why people matter most at Jetstream. Thank you.
Quick picture. You want to take a quick picture with us up here before you guys leave? Yeah. Yeah, Jetstream is they're amazing community partners. It's almost like we don't even have to call them for sponsorship. They call us. They're like, look, we are in 100%, so we really appreciate you guys. What did you guys think about the food tonight? Pretty awesome, right? The food tonight was all made by Miami Lakes Educational Center culinary program led by Chef Nunez, Katrina Cordova, and the culinary students. If you guys can come up here and join us. All local Miami Lakes students who put this on for us.
Hi, good evening, everyone. One, we would like to thank Jetstream Financial for sponsoring this once again this year. Thank you so much for your continued support for both the town hall and the financial program at our school. Thank you, Mayor Sid, for having us. Thank you to Mr. Sosa for being the liaison between everything that happens. And again, thank you for the town of Miami Lakes for letting us be here.
Take a picture. We'll take a picture with you guys.
One more?
That's what I get for being short.
Thank you, guys. The food, the presentation was amazing. So good job. Good job. Appreciate you guys. We also wanted to recognize the students from Matter Lakes Academy, Daniela Gonzalez, Yasmel Grandal, Justin Harif, and Matthew Torres. Thank you, guys. You want to come up?
Hi, everyone. I would like to once again say thank you to everyone from the city of Miami Lakes for allowing us the opportunity to have my students perform for you guys. It means a lot as a developing band program. We're in our second year. So I really can't thank you guys enough for giving us this opportunity as a young program. So thank you.
Keep up the good work. Moving on to some of our 2022 honorees tonight. We're going to start off with the business of the year. This is a business that is very low key. If you drive by there, you might know what they do, but this is one of the most important employers in our community. These folks are known worldwide for what they do. They're incredible people. They could be in any community in the United States, but they chose to be here in Miami Lakes. Not only that, they're continuing to invest here in our community, providing high-paying jobs for folks in our town and in the surrounding area. And these people are incredible. They're an incredible group, and I'm going to let them talk a little bit more because I'm not sure how much I could say, so I'll let you guys say it. But put your hands together for the 2022 Business of the Year, the Protective Group of Miami Lakes.
So thank you very much. Little fun fact for everybody in Miami Lakes. Miami Lakes is the home of the world's largest hard armor facility. We manufacture over 500,000 body armor plates to protect our law enforcement professionals, military, National Guard. It's something that we don't really like to talk about a lot because we do a lot of special work for special parts of the government. Commander Ruiz knows what we do, and especially liked your comments about integrity, respect, and service, because that's the same management principles that we live by when we interact with our employees, our customers, our community. So I want to thank Manny and the city just for being nominated for this honor. It's a pleasure. It's a surprise. We do our best. When I started 5 years ago, and the Protective Group has been around for about 40 years, but 5 years ago we employed probably less than 100 people in our businesses. We've expanded in the last 5 years to over 500 employees. I found out we were the largest employer in Miami Lakes, or one of the largest. We're proud of what we do. We protect the protectors, and that's our mission. And we do it with a high level of integrity and a high level of quality. So we're just very happy to be part of this. And just a comment to Manny, you know, I've been in business a long time, and I don't know where oh, okay, there he is. I've been in business a long time, and, you know, I can see a good team and how they work together and how you respect each other, how you work together, even as part of the team is transitioning. And I think you guys got it together, right? So keep on track. We'll grow with you as you grow as a community. So thank you very much.
So you heard it, from 100 employees to 500, and like said it perfectly, they protect our protectors. So thank you guys very much, and it's an honor to have this quality, incredible business in our community. Thank you. And I'm sure a lot of our residents are blown away when they heard that. I'm sure not too many folks knew that they were in our community, so we really appreciate you guys. Moving on to the Volunteer of the Year, the 2022 Volunteer of the Year. This individual first got involved when he was in middle school, contacting the council, wanting to get more and more involved. This individual is incredibly relentless, incredibly caring, incredibly empathetic. He joined one of our committees and became immediately one of the leaders of that committee. Not only that, there was another committee that this individual wanted to be part of, and he lobbied the council, lobbied the committee to create a special position because he wanted to give back more, even more. Not only that, there was an event here recently to talk about the Constitution. I love the Constitution, but to a lot of folks, it's a little boring. But this individual made it so fun that we had dozens of high school students throughout the county here having a blast learning about the state constitution, the U.S. Constitution, and our local charter, which is amazing to see people really get excited about that. And not only that, every single time that this individual gets a phone call, he's there. He is 100% there. He's involved. He wants to give back. He got a call recently to organize a basketball game for charity that's going to go to help a breast cancer awareness group here in our community, the Women's Breast Health Initiative here in our town. And this individual on his own, even though he is a sophomore in high school, is coordinating everything, has collected thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of sponsorships dollars. Impressed community leaders so much that we had, I think, the president of a local university, I'm not going to name that university, offer him a college scholarship on the spot, and he told them, no thank you, I'm going to hold off and check my options. But I can go on and on and on how impressed I am about this person, but more than anything, how much he wants to give back. And I've never seen somebody wanting to give back so much that lobbied a committee to create a position because he wanted to give back more and more and more hours because he loves this town so much, and he felt that it was an obligation to give back to his brothers and sisters in need. With no further ado, the 2022 Volunteer of the Year, Maritz Acosta.
Thank you so much, Mayor Sid. I'm beyond honored for this.
Look who's here. Wait, look back, look who's here.
My family has joined me now. This is a huge surprise to me. I did not know I would be receiving this tonight. Thank you, Mayor. I'm beyond honored for this recognition. It's been such a pleasure to be able to serve my community in so many different capacities over these last few years. And if there's anything I could share, it's for any youth watching. It's so important to give back to your community and to be involved and to reach out because these gentlemen standing behind me have supported my initiatives in every single way, shape, or form. They really enable the youth of the town to give back in so many ways, and even some staff members that are sitting here to my left, always so supportive. Just to name a few, Mr. Cobilla, Ms. Susana Alonso. I've had the pleasure of working with them on policy for the town of Miami Lakes, and I'm just so happy to receive this recognition, and I want to encourage so many youth out there to do more. I want to thank my family, my dad, my mom, so many lovely people who have joined me here today, and everyone who supported me every single step of the way, and I will continue serving my community with pleasure for years to come. Thank you so much.
And to think he's only, Maritz, are you 15 or 16 now? 16 years old, only giving back, loving his community as much as he does. So here in the town of Miami Lakes, we're a contract city. So the reality is we have very few full-time employees, 20, 30 full-time employees here in Town Hall, but we have dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of people that work for our community pretty much on a full-time basis that sometimes they don't get the credit or the recognition that they deserve. And so a couple years back, we created a new recognition called the Vendor Employee of the Year, because we honor the Employee of the Year. Our actual Employee of the Year is not here at the moment, so we're one of the ones that we're honoring is a Vendor Employee of the Year. And this individual, somebody who comes to work every single day with an incredibly calm, cool, and collective demeanor. This individual shows up every single day, incredible. And think about it, when you're a vendor employee, sometimes you feel like, I'm not part of the team. I'm not part of the team because I wear a different, my company is my team. No, this individual bleeds Miami Lakes, loves this town, gives back every single day. When we call him, any one of us, he walks into our office, he always sits down, cracks a joke, and takes care of my computer or my laptop or my cell phone, always with a smile on his face, but has served our town for several years now. And I think this individual deserves a lot of recognition because he's worked so hard here in our town. And that individual is actually in that room right behind you. Don, if you can come and join us, Don. Oh, there he is. So Don is usually behind the scenes, but he has committed to giving a speech today. He's always back there doing a great job, but Don.
Wow. So of course this is very unexpected. I would have dressed up, maybe shaved a little, you know. I don't really know what to say except thank you, Mayor, Council, everyone. Really, thank you very much, and I really appreciate it. All right.
Staff.
So as you can see, the state of our town is strong, but now you've seen why we continue to grow stronger, because that fabric that is Miami Lakes, and it's not only the council, our staff, our contract vendors, our families, our students, our volunteers, it's everybody, our businesses, the folks that give back. It's literally that fabric that makes up our community. And that's why Miami Lakes will continue growing stronger every single year because of you all. God bless you and have a good night.